in this next part for linear inequalities in one variable. So in this problem, we have a compound inequalities with the OR function. When it says OR, that means that whenever you solve, in this case, you may have two answers or you may have just one answer. And whichever the two answers, so for x, when you solve, you might have where as long as x fulfill one of these two statements, that means it's a valid solution for one of these functions or one of these inequalities. In the event you have two answers, but if you only have one answer, then you must follow that solution in order for one of these inequalities to work or to be valid. So whenever you have a problem like this, we're just going to basically follow the same process as just any regular inequalities. So the one on the left, I have 9 minus 7x less than negative 61. I want to get negative 7x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 9 on the left, subtract 9 on the right. So it's negative 7x less than negative 61 minus 9, negative 70. And then to get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by a negative number. In this case, negative 7. Now, since I'm dividing both sides by a negative 7 or a negative number, gotta make sure to flip the inequality sign to the opposite direction. Negative 70 divided by negative 7 is positive 10. Now, doing the same process for the inequality on the right, I want to get 9x by itself, so I'm going to cancel out the 7. So I'm going to subtract 7 on both sides. So negative 29 minus 7 will be negative 36. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 9 to get x by itself. So it's going to be x less than or equal to negative 4. Alright, here's my two solution and inequality. So let me box those up. X greater than 10 or x is less than or equal to negative 4. Now if I were to do it in interval notation, let me write over here. So for interval notation, the first one, x greater than 10, that means any numbers that's greater than 10 will be valid for this inequality. So to write it, I'm going to start with the lowest number between 10 and infinity. So 10 will be on the left side, and then infinity will be on the right side. Always use parentheses on infinity. Now since it's x greater than 10, that means I'm going to use a parenthesis on the 10. And then we have another one over here. So since we're using that one, I'm going to use the symbol union, saying that it could also be a solution here. So it says x less than or equal to negative 4. So any numbers that's less than negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, and so on. So basically it's going to be between negative infinity and negative 4. The lower value would be negative infinity, so I'll write that one first, comma, the higher value, which is negative 4. And always use parentheses on infinities and negative infinity. Since in our answer is less than or equal, I'm going to put bracket on the negative 4. So here's our solution in interval notation. So you only see in this form, or you write in this form, when we are doing a compound inequality for OR. Now let's talk about graphing. Alright. So we have two answers, two inequalities. So we're mainly just going to focus on the 10 and the negative 4. So I'm going to write my negative 4 here and my positive 10 here. No need to fill in the numbers in between. As long as you graph correctly, then you should be fine. So at negative 4, it says that x is less than or equal to negative 4. So if it's less than or equal, that means it's going to be a closed circle. Any numbers that's less than negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7 are all on the left side, so draw my arrow going towards the left. X greater than 10, it's an open circle. Numbers greater than 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, they're going towards the right. So there's your graph right there. Now, if we were to do the other form of the graph, let's draw that. Same thing with the numbers, 10 and negative 4. So, let's take a look at our interval notation. The one at negative 4, we have a bracket on the negative 4, so we're going to draw a bracket, like so. And it's going towards negative infinity, so we basically draw an arrow, like that. Now at 10, we have a parenthesis, and we're going to draw the parenthesis facing the same direction. So my parenthesis is going to be like this. It's going towards positive infinity, so I'm going to draw a line with an arrow saying it's going towards positive infinity, just like that. So you can graph like this or like that, doesn't matter to me, but in future reference, make sure to check what type of graph you would need to do in terms of future quizzes and future tests.